Cold case murders can remain unsolved for years, but thanks to DNA, new light and new answers are being shed on old cases. As part of our cold case series, we visit the 1974 Barbara Hall murder case. After the case went cold in 2005, it was reopened, giving investigators and her family new clues about the killer.
This was a case that needed to be solved. It had been forgotten by almost everybody.
In 2005, LA County Sheriff Homicide Investigator Sergeant Richard Longshore opened the Barbara Hall murder case.
She was a 29-year-old woman. She had some issues with her ability to do cognitive tasks. So she had the intellect of about a 14 or 15-year-old.
13th, 1974, Barbara Hall walked to her Pomona bus stop after work. She knew not to talk to strangers and which bus routes would take her home.
On the day of her disappearance, there had been a bus strike, and she did not know about this. And so she was left out to catch a bus, and no bus was going to come.
The next day, horseback riders on a path between Claremont and San Dimas found her body. She had been sexually assaulted and strangled.
The case had been worked very, very diligently initially for the first several months. The investigators at that time interviewed over 45 witnesses and contacted 47 businesses.
That's when the case went cold, until 2005 when Sergeant Longshore ran DNA tests. But justice was cut short.
When we discovered who he was, he had already been dead for about 2 years.
DNA tests linked Barbara Hall to convicted killer Robert Stansberg, who was serving time for killing a 10-year-old girl. He died of natural causes in San Quentin.
However, he was on death row. The positive side of that is that he wasn't going to hurt anyone else, and the family of Barbara was spared the details of a trial.
36 years ago, Barbara Hall's body was found here. Investigator Richard Longshore says even though this case is now solved, how she was abducted still remains a mystery.
There's no indication that he knew her previously, so one could assume that it would be random.
After almost 3 decades, Sergeant Longshore says he did what he could to give the family some long-awaited answers.
One of the things that we tell them that you're never going to get closure. That just doesn't happen, but maybe we can provide you with some answers.